Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and very quickly, as Pokémon Champions releases the Regulation MB, some new Pokémon and new items, most notably the Life Orb, very important item, are getting released, and we are going to very quickly go over all the news. So, first and foremost, the new abilities. So, Mega Staraptor, upon the Mega Evolution, will obtain the ability Counter Fear. This is a very powerful ability, and you are probably already seen some clips of people trying with Baby Doll Eyes or Charm on this Pokemon, and this Pokemon also has Stab Close Combat, meaning it will not drop its defenses. This Pokemon is set for the ratings, I can already say that. Mega Scolipede, Shell Armor, nobody's surprised because it has a shell that acts as an armor. This can be very good because this Pokemon is now a very bulky, slow attacker and also loses Leech Life, meaning with Shell Armor won't be able to receive critical hits and it will stay on the field for a long time, so this Pokemon can actually be a surprise, especially in a Mega Floette dominated metagame. Mega Scrafty, Intimidate, Mega Evolving from a Pokemon with Intimidate. Broken. Fake Out, Parting Shot. Broken. This Pokemon is so bad. Mega Electros, Elevate, or better, Heal Evade. This Pokemon not only has what basically is Levitate, but every time it takes a KO, it will raise its best stat. So spread your Electros properly depending on what you want this Pokemon to get. You want this Pokemon to get a speed boost, maximize its speed. You want this Pokemon to become more and more offensive, maximize the special attack or the attack, depending on what you want. So yeah, very good. Mega Electros can be very viable, especially since we are seeing a lot of Mega Staraptor attention being received, but also against the usual Charizard Aerodactyl. We already had the new Raichus for that, but now we have more weapons to it. Very quickly, Mega Delphox and all the Kalos starters are getting their Mega Evolution stones in the shop, so you can get them for free. You still won't be able to get Mega Floette, but you do. Mega Floette now sucks. Mega Pyro. Mega Pyro got a new ability, Fire Main. It means that this Pokemon will deal 50% additional damage to with its fire type moves. And Mega Pyro stats are not too bad. Okay, Mega Pyro stats are actually pretty good. So can this be actually a moment of viability for Pyro? We don't know. Mega Malamar got contrary. We don't talk about Malamar. It's so unfortunate because the base form was actually pretty decent in the past days, but Mega Barbaracle, nobody's surprised. Tough Close. This Pokemon can be pretty good. Close combat, tough close after Shell Smash. Whew. Holy moly. It's also Rock type, so more counters to Charizard. Mega Dragalge gets Regenerator. This is very good. Mega Dragalge is very bulky, both physically and especially. Sorry for the repetition. Every Regenerator makes it so difficult to deal with. So difficult. And Mega Phalanx gets Defiant, which is a very good ability. Nothing to say there. Defiant is a very good ability. New Mega Evolutions are getting added. Most notably, Mega Metagross, all the ON Mega starters, including Blaziken, but most importantly for this channel, Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile is my favorite Pokemon, and not only is now a counter to Mega Floette because it prefers Trick Room, as you can see from the speed stat. Trick Room is where this Pokemon resides. It is very strong because after Mega Evolving gets huge power, so this stat here it's always doubled, so it it will take 2 Intimidates, okay, Mega Scrafty, Mega Evolving in front of it, to actually take down the ability, if you Mega Evolve, because base Mawile has the ability Hypercutter, preventing the lowering of the attack stat. Now, of course, we talked about how much Trick Room is nerfed currently, but with the new additions, it's not actually too bad. It's not actually too bad, because now you have the opportunity to have Grimmsnarl setting up screens for you, disrupting a bit the opponent. You have the opportunity to have your own Raichu, which can fake out and ball switch last in Trick Room, while still dealing quite a bit of damage. You have Musharna. Musharna is kinda decent, but again, most importantly, is going to be Grimmsnarl. I usually would say Annihilate. Unfortunately, Annihilate lost Final Gambit, so you cannot lead Farigiraf and Annihilate Final Gambit one of the targets and then enter directly with one of your Trick Room setters, Trick Room sweepers, sorry. But regardless of that, you can set up Trick Room more easily, especially because now you are kinda required to have Raichu or anything similar to it. Okay? Now, it's not much of an help to the Trick Room strategy, as I said. It's either an extra fake out that can pivot or Musharna. But it's still a huge help, and Mega Mawile is the incentive to run Trick Room. Why do I say that? First of all, now you have Grimmsnarl, it can set up screens, it lost Thunder Wave, okay, but it still is very good if it still has screens. You can have Parting Shot if it still has it, you can have Fake Out, you can have Spirit Break, you can do whatever you want. Besides that, you have an incentive now, okay, because Mawile counters Floette, counters Charizard because it has Rock Slide, counters Garchomp because under Trick Room you outspeed all force of Garchomp, and there's no Garchomp that resists a huge power stab play half. It doesn't exist, especially if Mega Floette is on the field with Fairy Aura. Fun fact, +0 Fairy Aura, huge power play half from Mega Mawile one-shots all Incineroars, unless they are like ultra trained on physical defense. That said, Mega Mawile is the final incentive. Why were not Mega Camerapt and Mega Golurk? Well, Mega Camerapt and Mega Golurk were incentives. The issue is they all lost to key threats of the meta. King Gambit, Rain, Basculegion. Okay, Mega Mawile loses from none of that. Instead, it counters those. King Gambit is not an issue. You can just spam play half, King Gambit can do nothing about Mega Mawile. Not even Low Kick can save it, or Iron Head. Because Mawile is kinda small, Low Kick is very low power, Iron Head takes neutral, doesn't matter. Basculegion, Mega Mawile learns Sucker Punch, so not an issue. Rain, Mawile lives in Rain. Mawile lives in Rain. You are making this Pokemon a favor. Oh, but there's Archaludon, there's Metagross. Not an issue. What does Archaludon do against Mawile? Nothing. Nothing, very simply because, yes, it's very strong physically defensively, but you have 6 more Pokemon to cover for Archaludon to have a counter Rain team. Metagross loses from Mega Mawile. Again, Sucker Punch. Mawile also learns, well, of course, Crunch. Mawile learns Fire Fang. Ideally you would want crunch if you're running rain or against rain, so there's that. So Metagross loses from Mawile. Swampert. Not an issue. You are playing Sinistcha. All the times. Oh, Megastaraptor is so strong. Megastaraptor does nothing. Close combat, neutral. Flying type, meh. All the Pokemon introduced up until now in Pokemon Champions potentially lose from Mega Mawile or a Mega Mawile team. All of them, not a single one of them. Therefore, Mega Mawile is the perfect Pokemon for Regulation MP. There's no Pokemon that can stop it. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Also, they nerfed the Goldengo, so Goldengo is out of the algorithm. Get out the Goldengo. Okay, shoo Goldengo. So, that said, of course, with the return of Mega Mawile, as you know, I am taking some days to avoid burnout, but as we came back, we make a Mega Mawile team, unless I already come up with one, and we try to reach number 1 in ladder on the stream on the link in the description. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm very excited. I will have something to think about, but yeah. Thank you everybody so much for watching. We are so back.